All right, get ready for a heavyweight comedy bout for the ages. In this corner, you've got the critics, Marc Maron and Heidecker. And in the other corner, the undisputed juggernaut of podcasting himself, Joe Rogan. The gloves are off.
So on one side, you have these comedy vets, Maron and Heidecker, known for their super sharp critical takes. And on the other, it's Joe Rogan. I mean, his show is a massive cultural phenomenon. But before we get into the clash, smash that subscribe button and let us know in the comments, are you Team Maron or Team Rogan?
Okay, let's dive right in. The bell rings for round one, and you've got Maron and Heidecker just coming out swinging with some heavy accusations.
First up, Heidecker lands this sharp jab, right at the quality of Rogan's show. He's not just saying he dislikes it, he's calling it fundamentally boring. You know, just going in circles.
And yeah, that pretty much sums up their first big critique. It's not even about the politics, not yet anyway. It's that the biggest podcast in the world is just kind of a snooze.
Then, Heidecker follows that up with a heavy body blow. He's straight up accusing Rogan of being a political flip-flopper, especially when it comes to his whole stance on Donald Trump.
And here's the timeline they're pointing to. So you see Rogan was critical of Trump, then, right before the 2020 election, he says he'd rather vote for him than Biden, only to start slamming him again after the election. So for them, this isn't some complex view, it's just a straight-up reversal.
Okay, so how does Rogan respond to all this? Let's head over to his corner and check out the defense against these pretty serious claims.
So Rogan's in a corner, right? He's being called boring and a political opportunist. His comeback needs to be a big one. So what's his counterpunch? First, he just pushes back directly on that whole anti-woke label that's always attached to him and his circle of comics. He just flat out says, we are not anti-woke, basically rejecting the entire idea.
But here's his main defense. He's basically saying the criticism isn't about his principles, it's about professional jealousy. He calls his crew a walled garden and implies that anyone on the outside is just mad they can't get in.
So, in a nutshell, that's his argument. This isn't about some deep political disagreement. It's just jealousy. A classic case of, haters gonna hate.
But this is where Marc Maron jumps back in, and he argues this isn't just some comedy club drama or a podcast beef anymore. For him, the stakes are way, way higher. He starts connecting the dots. He argues that what started as anti-woke comedy, jokes about pronouns and cancel culture, it's morphed into a full-blown political platform that's now being used to create policies that have real-world consequences. And Maron is not mincing words here. He claims this whole movement, built on the back of the anti-woke thing, has led to policies that are genuinely harming people, infringing on their actual rights and freedoms. This is him going for the knockout. So, after all the jabs, the hooks, and the counterpunches, where do we stand? It's time to go to the judges' scorecard. And it looks like a split decision. You've got Maron and Heidecker saying they're glad Rogan is finally speaking out against Trump's actions, but there's a big but. Meanwhile, Rogan is just sticking to his guns, holding firm with that whole walled garden defense. And Maron leaves Rogan with this one final, kind of chilling thought. He's basically saying, hey, you helped create this thing, you rode it all the way to the top, and now you're responsible for it. You're on the hook. And really, that's the huge question at the heart of this whole thing, right? What is the responsibility of a massive influencer like Joe Rogan? Is it just about what they meant to do? Or does the real-world impact of their words matter more? Let it all out in the comments below. And hey, if you want more explainers that hit different, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.